Drew Brees, he'll be out for this game, and he'll travel. I think just where he's at in the rehab and his strength, I think he felt. I think we all felt like it'd be too early him playing this weekend, and I would say next week then continue the process and without trying to put an estimation about his return, but I think that he felt like he made progress throughout the week, and yet it's still not where it needs to be or where we would feel comfortable with the strength that he needs. But he did get better each day, and we'll just see where it's at next week. Luke will start in his place, and Garrett would be our backup. Any questions?
Was it, with Drew being such a competitor, was that a difficult thing for him to accept? Or
no, I think we talked this morning, and I think he felt that, just that it was the best thing, and I don't think it was a difficult decision today. I think it actually was the opposite for just where he's at, and his focus and preparation throughout the week was very much like he was starting, and even out on the practice field today as Luke's taking the reps, he's on top of what we're doing by game plan. So I think it was, we knew it would be something that we would know a little bit more. It was just like I said at the beginning of the week, we'd know more later each day, and so we're just paying attention to where it's at, and doing the right thing.
Did he ever get to the point where he tried to throw, or did?
Yeah, listen, he would go out in the morning and have a little workout and just see where it was at. More part of the rehab than it would be within the framework of throwing live balls in practice. He practiced both yesterday and the day before, and yet I think this morning as he was throwing, he just felt like the velocity still wasn't there. I knew that would answer a lot of questions. So
yeah.
Much shorter.
You left us speechless.
A much shorter Friday.
I guess have you been pleased with McCown's preparation this week?
Absolutely.
And the way he's handled things?
Absolutely. He's real smart. He said something earlier in the week, which is true. One of the challenges of being in that position as the number 2 quarterback is you might go 2.5 years of preparing every week like you're getting ready to play, and then all of a sudden, here it comes. So there's a mental challenge to that, and a mental discipline that I think is a strength of his. And so even prior to this week, if you watch this and you guys see his practice, you see him in the huddle actually kind of mirroring the quarterback from behind, making the calls himself, and so he's sharp, and he'll be ready to play.
Without getting into specifics, do you kind of tailor the game plan to things that he's comfortable with? And
well, there are a lot of similarities. So we're not dealing with two completely different type quarterbacks. So the key is the right plan for Carolina and the right plan for us this week.
Sean, how strange is it for you? You never game planned as a head coach or any other quarterback except for?
Well, it's. I was saying this to Mr. Benson earlier at practice. When you're on your 10th year, 9th for me, but 10th year for Drew, we've been blessed. He's been blessed with his health and his ability to play down in and down out. And in our league, that's unusual. And that's a tribute. That's a strong statement for the way he takes care of his body, the way he conditions and trains, and how he prepares. That's not really by accident, and there are a lot of plays in there, a lot of snaps. So I'm sure he'll be back, sooner than later and ready to go. Anything else? All right, thank you.